Hey friends, welcome back to our study along of the World Order of Bahá'u'lláh Selected Letters. If you are joining for the first time, welcome. Check out the links below to get an orientation of who, what, when, where, and why of this whole series. I'm Jacqueline Claire. This is a read-along, a study-along, and we are in the letter titled The Dispensation of Bahá'u'lláh in the section called Abdu'l-Baha. And in my copy, we are on, I guess it'd be your copy too. It doesn't matter which copy. It's paragraph 15. It happens to be page 136 in mine. Abdu'l-Baha's writing in confirmation of the authority conferred upon him by Baha'u'lláh makes the following statement. In accordance with the explicit text of the Kitab-i-Aqdas, Baha'u'lláh hath made the center of the covenant the interpreter of his word, a covenant so firm and mighty that from the beginning of time until the present day, no religious dispensation hath produced its like. Exalted as is the rank of Abdu'l-Baha, and however profuse the praise with which in these sacred books and tablets Baha'u'lláh has glorified his son, so unique a distinction must never be construed as conferring upon its recipient a station identical with or equivalent to that of his father, the manifestation himself. To give such an interpretation to any of these quoted passages would at once, and for obvious reasons, bring it into conflict with the no less clear and authentic assertions and warnings to which I have already referred. Indeed, as I have already stated, those who overestimate Abdu'l-Baha's station are just as reprehensible and have done just as much harm as those who underestimate it. And this for no other reason except that by insisting upon an altogether unwarranted inference from Baha'u'llah's writings, they are inadvertently justifying and continuously furnishing the enemy with proofs for his false accusations and misleading statements. I feel it necessary, therefore, to state without any equivocation or hesitation that neither in the Kitab-i-Aqdas, nor in the Book of Baha'u'llah's Covenant, nor even in the Tablet of the Branch, nor in any other tablet, whether revealed by Baha'u'lláh or Abdu'l-Baha, is there any authority whatever for the opinion that inclines to uphold the so-called mystic unity of Baha'u'lláh or Abdu'l-Baha, or to establish the identity of the latter with his father or with any preceding manifestation. It's so interesting because Shoghi Effendi is so emphatic, and I've never experienced this to be an issue. You know, it's like something that was, I guess, something he did a really good job of squelching these vain imaginings. I went to the World Peace Program when I was a teen, which was the follow-up to the World Order studies from Landegg, and mine was at Townsend International with Professor Bashrui, and Bashrui had been in the presence of the Guardian in his youth, and he always emphasized when Shoghi Effendi repeats things, you know, his emphasis, and if he says something 3 times, that really means something. And it was just interesting that he says neither the Kitab-i-Aqdas, nor Baha'u'llah's Covenant, nor even the Tablet of the Branch, nor any other tablet. 4 times. He says, not this, not this, not this, not any other one. It made me think of Dr. Bashrui. This erroneous conception may in part be ascribed to an altogether extravagant interpretation of certain terms and passages in the Tablet of the Branch, to the introduction into English translation of certain words that are either non-existent, misleading, or ambiguous in their connotation. It is no doubt chiefly based upon an altogether unjustified inference from the opening passages of a tablet of Baha'u'lláh, extracts of which, as reproduced in the Baha'i scriptures, immediately precede but form no part of the said Tablet of the Branch. it should be made clear to everyone reading these extracts that by the phrase, the tongue of the ancient, no one else is meant but God, and that the term the greatest name is an obvious reference to Baha'u'lláh, and that the covenant referred to is not the specific covenant of which Baha'u'lláh is the immediate author and Abdu'l-Baha the center, but that general covenant which, as inculcated by the Baha'i teaching, God himself invariably establishes with mankind when he inaugurates a new dispensation. We'll have to go read the Tablet of the Branch and the Old Introduction to be very clear about all of this. The tongue that gives, as stated in those extracts, the glad tidings, is none other than the voice of God, referring to Baha'u'lláh, and not Baha'u'lláh, referring to Abdu'l-Baha. Moreover, to maintain that the assertion, he is myself, instead of denoting the mystic unity of God and his manifestations, as explained in the Kitab-i-Aqan, establishes the identity of Baha'u'lláh with Abdu'l-Baha, would constitute a direct violation of the oft-repeated principle of the oneness of God's manifestations, a principle which the author of these same extracts is seeking by implication to emphasize. It would also amount to a reversion of those irrational and superstitious beliefs which have insensibly crept in the first century of the Christian era into the teachings of Jesus Christ, and by crystallizing into accepted dogmas have impaired the effectiveness and obscured the purpose of the Christian faith. I affirm, is Abdu'l-Baha's own written comment on the Tablet of the Branch, that the true meaning, the real significance, the innermost secret of these verses, of these very words, is my own servitude to the sacred threshold of the Abha beauty, my complete self-effacement, my utter nothingness before him. This is my resplendent crown, my most precious adorning. On this I pride myself in the kingdom of earth and heaven. Therein I glory among the company of the well-favored. No one is permitted, he warns us in the passage which immediately follows, to give these verses any other interpretation. I am, he in this same connection affirms, according to the explicit texts of the Kitab-i-Aqdas and the Kitab-i-Aqan, the manifest interpreter of the Word of God. Whoso deviates from my interpretations is a victim of his own fancy. All right, my friends, thank you for studying along with me. That concludes paragraph 20 of the section entitled Abdu'l-Baha. Thanks for diving into the study with me. I get my own podcasts confused. Until next time, I wish you the best for playing your unique part in making this world a better place. I'll catch you next time.